Hello everyone, welcome back to both the stream and anyone watching on YouTube, the VOD for day number 10 of our Project Infinity series. So, it's been a little bit. Yesterday actually, our first episode finally just went out. Or our second episode just went out, my bad. Misspoke. Our second episode went out, finally got the editing on that guy done. And it really got to encapsulate all of our building progress. I think all we didn't have included in that pretty much was our blood magic progression, which we'd set up in here. I did log on at one point, and all of our drawers were full. So we had our 512 of all of these and the 2048 of the ethereal slates. So I did add some upgrades yesterday afternoon at some point, I believe, for the blank slates. So we're up to 60,000 blank slates, since those guys are what we actually need for our extended crafting. This should be fine. I think 60,000 of them will be absolutely plenty for everything right now, at least. And we've got all the other ones as well, so if we ever want to fill out the additional runes or something, or if we need the altar for something else later on, we should be able to get him to a more efficient state pretty easily. We just ended up using the zombie data models, nether stars, and just 20 of the virtual sacrificers because they were pretty free. So you might as well. We haven't done anything with either of the other two side ships yet. This room didn't really get much change. We had been waiting on a bunch of matter balls. We're actually probably quite close. So let me go and check this. We were originally going to use an infinity water cell. Oh, I was looking at this guy while I was offline. That's one more thing I did offline. We had enough resources for it, so I made a set of 10 of these 65,536 Ks. Because I saw our storages were going to get filled up before I was going to be able to do another stream. I was correct. It did fill all of our storages, and this guy even has 21 million bytes already used out of his 67 million, so quite a lot, especially considering these 1024Ks only have a million bytes. So this guy's already got, 2 full sets of drives worth, and just this one storage cell used, and he actually has 6 full sets of drives worth. Almost 7 per thing. So I chose these guys, but I was recommended by a viewer on the YouTube comments that the 256 million quantum, if we look at it here, this quantum storage cell stores 268 million bytes of infinite types, which then ends up, even more ridiculous there. They're like quite the massive amount of storage at that point. And it's also the core component of making the Infinity Water Cell, which we were going to do the other day at one point, and then realized it took so many matter balls to make it. And I was going to be like, well, if I make an Infinity Water Cell, that then solves matter ball issues and singularity problems for everything else later. But I've changed my mind. Instead of the water cell, I think I'm going to use the cobblestone cell. So we're going to encode this guy real fast and see what we're missing on him. So if I type cobble, alright, we're missing 79,000 matter balls. Good to know, good to know. So, I think we only produce, I don't know, probably about 1 per second or so. It's pretty easy. What's this guy set to extract at? Every 5 seconds. Do we get 5 per? Okay, so we're making 2 per second. So that would still be a pretty large amount of time. Let me check this real fast. Yeah, we're good. Sorry, just make sure. So yeah, so this dude every 5 seconds produces 10 matter balls, so we're getting about 2 per second. 80,000, so that would require us about 40,000 seconds or so. I don't know what the math on that is, but I feel like that's pretty long. Yeah, just yeah, so it's like 11 hours. So we will have to up that if we want to mess with that today. We might not. We might also just deal with that tomorrow. I should be streaming at least 2 days this weekend, so today and at least one other day. Either Saturday or Sunday. If not on both days, if I have time. Just not 100% sure on my schedule for stuff like that yet. Yeah, I have an idea with the Infinity Cobblestone Cell to just obliterate our general production for EMC and such. I'm not sure how good it'll be. We'll see, but there is a plan and a method with that guy. We were gonna get the evasion card, but it needed the rapid drops, yeah, of which we did not have any. Okay. We'll take that off of that for now. We'd upgraded ourselves to the quantum armor and put a few upgrades in it too, like the reach card, so we can, I can reach all the way out to that block right there, or like the wall right here. So just convenient for that. We put miner's fervor on our pickaxe, so it still mines fast, but it'll never mine instantly. That's our thruster, which is nice. Just trying to do like a little mental recap real fast of everything that we were working on previously. Obviously we have all of our seeds set up in here. What's the most seeds stacked up to right now? About 500,000, just under, for the very first seeds. That's not too bad. Our other seeds aren't too far behind either. 300,000 or so for these guys. Not bad at all, not bad at all. And with all of the seeds and stuff being our priority for a while there, we pop this guy open. All of the tier 4 seeds for mystical agriculture required combination crafting. And quite a bit of stuff for every combination craft as well. This guy being our main goal, effectively, was to get everything needed for the combination crafting, for extended crafting and such. And getting the extended crafting, if we go in here, it had a questline for it, if I'm not blind. Here's packaged. This isn't what I'm looking for, I don't think. Actually, no, it's not. I know that there's... No, that's Aberratia. I've got to be blind right here. Now I'm sad about it. There it is. So, we needed extended crafting. This is a requirement for our tier 4 seeds, and also, obviously, all of our later game stuff. That required black iron ingots, which have this compressed slate recipe to HTP and Wyvern cores, which would have required blood magic regardless. But that's not too bad. So, that's always a possibility. You have the ender crafting for these guys, empowered, enhanced resonant ingots, Ethereum, empowered void crystals, blank runes. However, if you go to the black iron block, you can instead use compressed slates instead of blank runes. So, just 9x9. So 18 slates will turn into the 36 blocks here, which is not bad at all. 4 blocks of Enderium, the empowered void crystal blocks, and enhanced redstone blocks. For just a 4x on the recipe from ender crafters. Not too bad, not too weird or anything here. Very simple. And with those, that lets us make the pedestals. We'll need those to make the pedestals. We'll also need them for all of the tier 5 seeds require black iron blocks to make 2. So they're just an additional added expense to the guys. And obviously we need them for all of the other extended crafting tables, and you also need them. What I did click into was the package section. If you want to do any kind of automation stuff, okay, alright, looking at the package recipe holders and stuff, that was a bad example for it. But like if you click the basic package crafter, like they're obviously gonna need additional black iron on top of their normal crafting. Also, the crafting table doesn't have a recipe. That's interesting. Hold on. Okay, noted. You can't make the basic crafting table, but it's still in the okay. Fair enough, I suppose. So actually, we're gonna need. All right. Well, on the bright side, we don't need the advanced crafting table right now. We need a combination crafter first, which I don't think we're actually gonna be blocked into needing that for yet. Let us see. Combination crafter, package crafter, crafting core, black iron frame, just a bunch of black iron. These components take luminescence, glowstone, redstone, gunpowder. We see all of those. Redstone catalyst, normal. This is all recipes so far that are just. Oof. Okay. Can we make the normal combination crafter yet? Okay, so we can make the crafting core, but making the package crafter variants needs the crystalline, and the crystalline requires just a bit here. This actually isn't that bad, but it needs the elite crafting table, which then would need the advanced crafting tables, which then requires the pressure chamber with 4 bars of pressure and the prior components. Damn. I didn't want to have to do pneumaticraft yet. I'm a hater. I'm a certified pneumaticraft hater. These guys are all going to be the same case, aren't they? To automate any of them, because they'll need the crystalline. Oh, man. That makes sense, I guess, that you would use the fusion crafting to upgrade a fusion crafting or fusion package crafter. This guy I think will be pretty cool. Automatic draconic like fusion stuff intentionally like inbuilt, gonna be convenient. Skull crafter. Some other crafting tables I haven't had to use yet, and then obviously the extreme and okay. Hmm. This is interesting. Sorry, I got distracted reading this. So you can set up distributors specifically. So then you can have a recipe activate multiple machines at the same time instead of having it do sub recipes for it initially with like other previous automation, which is kind of interesting. But I don't ever do that. I feel like that you know is kind of redundant with the ability of parallelization, but I may be wrong. I'm not really sure. Well, I guess first things first. Let us on over to extended crafting and be sad. Gotta set up a pressure chamber. I'm assuming we got a thing for pneumaticraft here. Where, oh, where would it be? Do I really not? That's so funny. Okay, well, pneumaticraft is thankfully not super simple or super difficult. Um, it's just going to be a matter of encoding some recipes and stuff and doing the absolute bare minimum because I don't like it that much. This is probably one of my least favorite mods. Um, I don't know. It's just so unenjoyable. Do we have compressed iron? Nope, it's tier 4 seed. Well, we'll lose about 20%. We'll just do compressed iron by hand, then that's fine. Let me see. Interface. Okay. Alright, so interface. We got the wall, we got the valve. You don't actually need the glass. That's kind of just optional. And trying to think about what else we need. Liquid compressor. I'm curious if that's better than the air compressor by like a significant standard or not. I don't know. Air compressor. Put this guy in. Reinforced bricks. Reinforced stone. Reinforced stone is just the compressed ironing gets around. Send this guy up too. Okay, so let's grab one more of our TNT. Can you still make compressed iron blocks through explosion crafting? Yeah, you can. Cool. Iron block. I don't know. Let's do 200. This is hopefully more than we remotely need for this. Why am I putting them down? Oh. Okay. Turn our magnet off for a moment. Cool. That gives us 2.5 stacks of iron. Compressed iron blocks. Break them all down real fast. Throw them all back in the system. Yeah, so we lost about 330 iron there. That's fine. That is a-okay by me. A worthy sacrifice. Okay, so air compressor. We need 4 bars of pressure. Let's get 5. Because I don't want to wait forever. Pressure chamber wall. Give me a whole stack for now. Actually, if we look up pressure chamber, yeah, there we go. We grab some pressure tubes. We'll get some of the extra ones. Make me 2 interfaces. One for in, one for out. And the valve. Okay. Now I don't remember if there's things about the pressure chamber that need to be done in a specific way to store additional blocks. Like I can't remember if it needs a block of internal space on the multi-block per like item input or whatever. I do not remember. I don't know. Well, I figure we'll do them in this room since this room has no other purpose right now. Anyways, things like miscellaneous multi-blocks sound absolutely perfect for this. Okay, so walls. I think your biggest that you can make is a 5x5. Oh, I see. I was like, that's really weird actually that this wouldn't allow me to we'll just on these, but that would make sense. That's all 5. Turn my magnet back on. Vandal? Oh. Yeah, I don't really care. It was a little achievement that's like, hey, yeah, consider using a wrench instead. Put one there for input, one there for output. This guy right here on the side can be our valve. Pressure chamber wall. Give me like 20 more. Perfect. So this is our good old 5x5x5 pressure chamber info. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to talk to his family for a second. Okay, back to it, back to it. Alright, so the way that these guys work, they store a certain amount of pressure. Like this guy has a ton of air that can be stored inside of it inherently because it's a 5x5. So it can store up to 432,000. Pretty sure this still is standing for milliliters of air, and it has it at different levels of bar pressure as per typical. We got a pretty chunky guy. Nothing too weird here. I was double checking the upgrades to make sure they didn't like change anything here. And I believe the point of the volume upgrades, if you have a bunch of additional volume, it actually just helps stabilize. So if there's a little bit of air loss or something, you're still not really losing much pressure. I believe that is the intention of those at least. Okay, so these place automatically out the back. Let me get... let's get 7 more. I'm gonna grab 7 more air compressors here. And we'll do 2 just like double stacks here. So if you have a tube like this will spit out the air because that tube isn't sealed on the end. So just keep that in mind. But like these tubes, since they're already connected on every side, they don't have any unsealed edges. And this way, every machine is connected. There's no empty tubes here. So just keep that in mind. It's a pretty simple little guy. These guys should also have the same. So they produce 10 milliliters a tick at full production. Any solid fuel. And we can get them security upgrades as well. There's also speed upgrades for them too. Let us see what the security upgrade takes. Because if it gets too pressured, it'll explode. Well, this didn't look too bad. Safety tube module, sure. Levers. And then back to safety tube module and pressure gauge. Sweet, okay. So let us get security. We have, what do we have of those now? 12 compressors, so 13. 13 security upgrades. Should be able to throw 1 in each of these guys now then. And this will just, this should automatically make them release any air if they get into what is considered the danger zone of their pressurization, which for these guys would be at bar 5, which is more than what we need for our recipe anyways, so I do not care. For this guy, it's the same, also at bar 5. I think there's technically pressure chamber. I want to say that at one point there was like a reinforced pressure chamber or something. I have no clue. Maybe not anymore. Is there any recipe in here that uses more than 5 bars of pressure? No, there's not. Perfect. Okay, these guys can also have speed upgrades, which increase the amount of air generated per tick at the expense of their fuel efficiency. Okay, the tubes are also 5 bar pressure. Cool, just making sure. So if I type speed upgrade, these guys, ooh, that looks pretty easy. We'll send that guy in. And I think it said each one can have 10. So we'll just grab like 120 of these real fast. Oh, now these guys generate 576 milliliters a tick. Hold on. This guy only holds 432,000. That's 576 per tick. So times 10, so 5,000. Okay, so that's like We are going to max out the storage of this guy like instantaneously. Just a couple of these guys are probably all we actually needed then with the full upgrades. I'd never actually upgraded these before because that goes from 10. This is effectively 57 air compressors. That's so funny. I've always just not made the upgrades for these. I actually feel kind of sad now because that would probably make this mod way less annoying to me. Yeah, okay. Oh, whoa, whoa. What are we breaking? Oh, we broke one of our pipes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down. Okay, that's so funny. All right, so the what we determined from this, you only need one air compressor, maybe two. uh, throw in your security upgrade, throw in your speed upgrades. You're good. You're ballin'. Uh, link him on. This will help reduce the bar value a little bit. He shouldn't be generated anymore, so we shouldn't blow this tube. And this will slowly let the pressure chamber stuff come out. Very interesting. Um, okay. Well, anyways, we got the pressure chamber to full pressure. It also made a funny noise that now my brain feels like I've like been trying to pop my ears. All right. And we needed this guy for the advanced crafting table. So we'll mark that guy in our bookmarks here. Take all that out. Okay, what do we need for the advanced crafting table? So we're gonna need advanced catalyst components, black iron slates, basic components, basic catalyst, double compressed crafting table, flex fused metal block, ender ingot block. Okay, so ender ingots are okay, exactly as they sound. Just craftable, cool. Ender ingots can craft directly into the ender ingot block, cool. Take him off. Click back to our flux infused block. Flux infused ingot. I'm assuming this is a tier 4 seed, yeah. Figured. We can actually encode it this way. Since we already have the redstone and we know how to make a fire charge, it'll just make the ingots right now directly. Double compressed crafting table. Compressed crafting table. Wait. I feel like we might have already had those in there because I want to say that it was already showing blue for that. That's fine. So basic catalyst. The basic component for the basic catalyst. Luminescence. Black iron slate as the core component. Advanced components. Advanced catalyst. Okay. So we've encoded all of those base recipes now. Black iron blocks. These guys are going to have to go into an ender crafting table, so I will have to do this part manually for now. So let us set up the stuff for ender crafter. Let's actually make sure that we don't have one already. We don't. And alternator. So these guys thankfully don't need any power, which is cool. Okay, so what was the number on this? 339, I think. Which gives you out 340, and then your one crafter. This guy will build right on this other side in the exact same way. Okay, 3, 6, so 7. They look like pickles. This will be 3 blocks up. Find the center block. Dink. Here's our ender crafter. And perfect. Leaves me with exactly 1. This is now a max speed ender crafter with as many alternators as it can get. The cool part is we can just kind of swap him out to the automatic one later, since the alternators I believe stay the same. I think we just have to switch out the core crafter and connect to the ME. So, not too bad. Alright, so black iron blocks, we'll just bookmark these real fast. Blocks of Enderium, compressed slates, empowered void crystal blocks, enhanced redstone ingot blocks. So like our enhanced redstone ingot blocks, we've got a ridiculous amount. So we'll just take a sec. Empowered void blocks. Give me 128. So exactly 2 stacks worth. Should just run through, and it's going to do the crafting in that machine right here. Oh, I see. It's crafting the initial blocks first into coal, getting the result out, then crafting the next one. And actually, so if we set this guy to a extract interval of 1 tick, it'll probably make those crafting recipes a bit quicker. But that's 2 stacks of void crystals. Let us go over to make sure that we don't already have one. We don't. A recipe for the compressed slates. So we'll need 2 stacks of this as well. 128. Only 1,100 slates. We have 60,000 of them right now, so we are doing great on those. Take these guys out. Okay. Now, all we're missing is Enderium blocks. Enderium. We already have the recipe for it, and we'll need 256 if we wanted 4 stacks. Yeah, it just casually crafted up 2,000 Enderium ingots here. Nice. Love to see the system just working like that. There you go. And that's 4 Enderium block stacks. With that, we can make exactly 4 stacks of the black iron blocks. Click in here, shift click the recipe in, bam. Just like the Flux Crafter, it's pretty quick. Makes all the alternators do a little cool animation too. This could be slightly faster, but it ain't bad, although I do think I can actually do this. It can indeed be tick accelerated with the time in a bottle. I figure we have 38 hours in ours, so you know, can afford to use some every now and then. There we go, 4 stacks of black iron blocks. We'll throw these guys in the system, and we're actually going to just give it the ability to downcraft them into ingots, so I don't have to do that myself. Okay, so with that, we have all the ingots and stuff learned. Ender Catalyst. We already did the Advanced Catalyst. Ultimate Catalyst, Redstone Catalyst. Black Iron Frame, sure. Kind of just need to looking at what's going to need this. I don't know what the Epic Package Crafter does in comparison. Or the package crafters and stuff. We'll worry about those later, because they're going to need the Crystal Team. Once again, we'll need Elite Crafting Table for that to even get there. That's Ultimate. That's our basic catalyst, which we already did earlier. We'll do our crafting core here, because I know that we're going to need it. Leave all of that. Sure, I'll do Ultimate Catalyst in as a recipe too, since as well, Epic Catalyst. Our pedestals. No, normal Ender Catalyst instead of Enhanced. Crystalline, Enhanced Redstone, Elite. Okay, so Enhanced Ender, send it. Enhanced Ender, like baby part, do it. Ultimate components. Redstone components. This will just save me from doing recipes later on, kind of just gets it all done a little bit faster. Let me actually check black iron frame. Right. Just making sure that we didn't do that one already. Crafting core, send him up, perfect. Ultimate catalyst. Epic catalyst. Yeah, but component take. Oh, that's not terrible. Pedestals. These guys are what we're going to actually need for our combination crafting. And our catalyst. Crystalline. Enhanced redstone. And elite catalyst with the elite component. Okay. Should have gotten most of that stuff through crafting now. Alright, so we need 4 double compressed crafting tables. Perfect. We need 2 basic catalysts, 8 basic components. So we'll get 8 components first. Then grab our 2 basic catalysts. We need 1 advanced catalyst and 4 advanced components. Not 1,004. Then I think it was what? 2 black iron slates. Flux infused block and an ender ingot block. Perfect. Okay, I actually think that is everything we need for this guy. Our pressure value is chilling at about 4.8 bar. That's cool. I forget. This guy, for some reason, you normally need like a pipe system to manage this. I'll actually use some pipes and some chests. I was gonna use just like a hopper, but then you have to like deal with sides being annoying. I didn't expect it to go all the way through like that, to be honest with you. We'll do it right there. Okay, so this guy is going to be the output, so we'll just extract, and we'll set this guy to extract to go into the input. It should send things in, it'll put them in, slowly close, put it inside. We'll have to wait for every ingredient to go in there individually. Takes a little while. You can have more IOs on this, but I can't imagine we'll be using it frequently enough, at least not this one specifically. We'll probably swap it out later if we need to for something. Yeah, like every time he opens the IO ports, he loses like just a little bit of pressure. If you see at the top, that's down to 4.77 now instead of the 4.8. But the amount's fairly negligible. There's 4.76. We only needed to maintain 4 for it to finish our craft, so that's good. And this guy, we'll just be able to go and throw a piece of coal in. Probably not a coal block. Probably just one piece of normal coal. It'll probably burn immediately and then recover all of the fuel amount. But there we go. It all went in. It got our 4 that we needed, and there's our advanced crafting table. Easy peasy. Not too bad, not too bad. And I say that, but I do forget that we're going to then need 2 more of these. So I should have actually gotten everything for multiple of these guys. Actually, we're going to need more than that. I'm assuming, at least. Um, ultimate crafting table. Oh no, okay. The ultimate crafting table does not require... Okay, so we just need 2 more of these additional. And then we won't need to make more of these ever, in theory? Because we'll turn one into an advanced like auto crafting. 2 of them will turn into an elite. Make sure they're not used as like a portion of a recipe for anything else. Nope. Okay. Alright, 2 more sets of stuff, so 8 and 2. Filling slate. Or no, black iron slate, I mean. 4 because we need 2 each. Then we need compressed. I think it was the double compressed. We needed 4, so we'll get 8 of those. Ender block. 2 ender ingot blocks. We need 2 flux infused. 16 basic components. Type in basic. We'll need 4 of these. There they are. And 16 of these. Okay, that should be it for this guy. Water pressure is still at 4.74. We'll just throw in the 2 sets of ingredients. I think it'll fit them all just fine. This will make us 2 more of these crafting tables. And then we should be good. I wonder if I can speed this guy up. Yeah, that definitely sped him up. That's neat. It's always fun seeing what can and can't be tick accelerated. There we go. That is both of our advanced crafting tables. Cool. Now we have all 3 of them. So, with these guys, we're going to need, how many elite components is this? So 12 components, 2 elite catalysts. Ooh, block of dragonstone. Oh, that dragonstone, not what I thought it was. I thought, my brain, I was immediately thinking about the enhanced versions of the dragonstone and stuff, like the shadow dragonstone, whatever, which were higher. And I was like, oh man. Well, that's gonna be kind of a pain. Okay, let's press A on this guy now. So 4 infused diamonds. Grab those. We need 12 elite components and 2 elite catalysts. Elite. So 2 catalysts. 12 components. 4 netherite ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pink. We'll throw this in for a block of dragonstone, and that should be it. Okay. So for now, we're just going to kind of keep our crafters right here until we can get them automated. Block of mana diamond goes in, block of dragonstone comes out. Fantastic. Click into this guy, and we can shift click our recipe in. That's our elite crafter. Very nice. I do find very much so some amusement in the fact that this like isn't gonna fill out properly. Oh wait, actually, okay, we can. So if we just grab some black iron directly. Let me grab luminescence. Oh yeah, no. So the tables do expect the previous table, but there's no basic crafting table recipe, so I actually can't finish the quest for the other tables. No, my coins! I can't get my apotheotic coins. This is a scam? This is a scam, man. Whack. Very interesting. Good old quantum compressors. Fair enough. Okay. Well, anyways, we've got up to those tiers. Oh, let me get an ender ingot. I guess I only ever had the block on me. There we go. That'll finish the ender crafter recipes there too. Crystalline ingots are going to be our blocker towards automation. So we only need a couple of crystal ingots. Like 4 of them gets us the first elite auto crafting table, which is then how you can automate the rest of them. We do need osmium crystals. Osmium slurry. That's just any water. Dirty osmium slurry. Okay, cool. So osmium ingots can directly turn into slurry with sulfuric acid still, that's fine. Then I was curious if that would require us to have specifically osmium ore input. Sulfuric acid, sulfur trioxide, water. Water vapor, I guess actually specifically. Could always liquid it. That's from fizzle fuel though. You can add them to gas it too with sulfur dust. We do have sulfur essence actually. You only get 2 millibuckets per, so that'd be 50 for 1,000 osmium slurry, which cleans out to. Well, that'd be 50 for 5 osmium crystals. Like, how much could we make? In theory. Sulfur essence, sulfur dust. So, 50 per 5. So it's 10 to 1. So if I wanted, you know, 1,000 osmium crystals, I'd need 10,000 dust. That only takes 3,750 essence. Okay. Yeah, we can handle that, I think. So we could probably just put that in as a gas directly into the machine and then do it that way. Okay, fair enough. Cool. Not a big deal then. That actually keeps all of that pretty low then. Okay, so I guess we should probably just make that our focus then, because I'd like to have crystal teen. There we go. I would definitely like to have this kind of stuff on auto crafting and start getting like our extended crafting setup going. Bruh. Oh, I guess this is a doubled recipe. Okay. So infused lava crystals. Okay, that looks like it'll come from this fire tuned machine. How about this guy? Dang it. Gotta go through occultism to get it. Not much. Like, you just gotta get to spirit fire. Yeah. Okay. Could be worse potentially. Hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's not really that bad then. What's all this do? Converts 4 Terra Steel into 20 buckets of life essence. And that's quick, but that feels like a terrible ratio. Is there any way to get Terra? Yeah, no, you don't. I guess if you have a Terra Steel seed, actually, at tier 5, then that's probably fine. Because then it's effectively free. Just an interesting thing there. Use lava crystals. And it can also make the Spirit Attuned gems specifically. Which it'll need itself. Okay. Um. Demon Dreams fruit on the ground and light it on fire. I guess we're gonna have to do a little bit of occultism. Dang it. Gosh darn me and all of the interlinked mods that I enjoy. Um, crystalline alloy. That is grains of vitality, light blue crystal shard, diamantine crystal, diamantine crystal block. Okay. I guess we'll just start sliding through things like this. So diamantine crystal blocks, so diamantine crystals can convert from that. And then light blue crystal shards can come from that. Light blue crystal shards can be used in the alloyer with grains of pisality. Encode this pattern. Grab our encoder. Advanced pattern encoder. Throw him in. These two guys are going to go in the up. Alloyer. Perfect. Grains of pisality. They either need to go in a sag mill or you need to do them in sets inside of the auto crusher multi-block. Sag mill's probably fine. Code this recipe. Code the recipe for the chassis. Just make one of these now. Nice, cool. Okay. So we have sag mill. We can just set that guy up on a recipe. Like, I can't imagine we're gonna need too many grains of pisality. The unfortunate part is that you also need the... Oh! It's a crafting recipe now. We're good. Alright, easy peasy. I was gonna say the unfortunate part is that means you also need the pulsating crystals, which are usually a little more annoying, I want to say. So that's empowered diamantine crystal. We'll just tell it the empowered block variant instead. We'll make those. And pulsating alloy. There's a combiner. Interesting. Because we can use our alloy smelter that we already have. We can use a combiner from mechanism, which would probably be very fast. Probably just do this since this is probably what, a tier 4? Yeah. It's a tier 4 seed. So we can just use this alloy smelter. Even if it's a little slow, we'll just have it done by the process of effectively osmosis later with all of the plant production. That's fine. Or well, I guess since we're talking about plants, photosynthesis instead. No, I like the term osmosis. Okay, so that's all the pulsating crystals and stuff done. So that's actually not quite. Let us get a pattern provider. Okay, so we're operating off of 5 sides here. Still do another. Capacitor. 300% base power, uses half the energy to use. I think this one will be decent. No. Oh, I guess that one's thermal loot. That's too thermal. My brain always just expects these to work this way. Okay, so that's funny. What is our method of making basic capacitors? These guys just crafting recipe? Sweet. Full block system on octadic, vibrant alloy and energetic alloy. Vibrant alloy ingots. Well, combiner it is, I suppose. Let me make this guy. Encode him. It took me a second to think about what I was trying to get from that. Okay, combiners probably also going to be specific actually. Probably want an advanced extended provider. Okay, so this guy, put another pipe here. We're also going to grab our quartz cutting knife, sag mill, combiner. And we were supposed to get the grains of physality. Yes, okay. So we hadn't put this recipe in yet. I was making sure we didn't encode that recipe and like just mindlessly put it in the crusher or something. That was gonna cause a headache later on or something stupid. Nope, we are good. Side config, let's just clear every side. Top will be our extra, bottom will be output input, auto eject on, as per usual. Okay, should be good. Let us get some installers. I wish I could like just use one of the higher tier installers outright. That'd be nice. Advanced, elite, basic, ultimate, overclocked, might as well. Overclock goes that one extra tier up or whatever to the green one. Okay, basic, advanced, elite, ultimate, overclocked. Pull him up to green. Actually, let's grab 3 more overclock guys. Sorry for the coughing. I'm still sick. I'm just not recovering from this well. Killing me a little bit, but not much to be done. Take a medicine. It's gonna go away eventually. Okay. And set that guy to auto sort on. All these guys are a little bit better now. A little bit cooler. Okay, I was like, where did the extra slot for this go? It's down in the bottom corner now. Kind of interesting. Okay. So, vibrant alloy ingots. The combiner. Curious if we could just make it as a block outright. So ender pearls are on the bottom, so they'll need to be the top recipe. Take that out, we'll hand encode that. Energetic alloy ingots in the alloyer. The gold and glowstone will be the top. Okay. Ender pearls, top recipe. This one, gold redstone, top recipe. So, this guy's combiner. This guy's alloy factory. And with that, octatic capacitor. I think, how many are we gonna craft? 16? Yeah, that's our base set that it can craft. Ah. I forgot. 16 energy upgrades. 16 speed upgrades. There we go. Make sure this guy's got his too. That's why it didn't look like it was doing anything for a second. I'd forgotten to do those. And we should have our octatic capacitors in here. We do. All 16. Cool. Grab one of these guys out, throw them on in here. Okay. I/O configuration. Push. Push and pull. Should be fun. Okay. Now let us grab the grains of physality recipe. Send it to our sag mill. Make sure that it stays in the sag mill. Cool. Doesn't take the processing pattern out. Grains of physality. Light blue dye. What do we... Oh, for the diamantine. I was like, what do we even need that for, actually? I was very curious. On the bright side, we have dye seeds. So let us just go into the right crafting table this time. And encode dye. Now, grains of physality. We want one. Should go through. Done already? It went straight through the sag mill. Sag mill processed it instantly and spit it out just like it should. Transmissality. Easy peasy. Okay. Um. So that is most of our ingredients now for the crystalline alloy, if not everything. Can we just make crystalline alloy? Like how many do we need per ingot? Let's make enough for 12 ingots. That'll give us a few automated machines, like ready. This is what, 7 per? So 84. Says we can make them. What's our pulsating alloy recipe? Alloy smelter. We should just throw it in the combiner now. I don't know, actually. Yeah, that's so slow. Which is funny because the alloy smelter is full speed. Like, this is normally good, but it's just slow compared to parallelization is quite strong. Let's take this out. Let's cancel this. Let's instead convert this guy with the ender pearls through the top. Throw you in the combiner. Now, we need what? 57, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Now it's just limited by the sag mill speed. Much quicker. Okay, so that'll be enough for like 10 ingots or whatever of these guys. Okay. Slime steel. So we have seeds for that. That is just a matter of setting a recipe for their essence. Cool. Infused diamonds. I'll just encode the recipe. I made some manually earlier. I'll just encode it. Obviously, they're going to be used more. Mana diamonds. So these guys are a bit of a different boat because we have to make them ourselves and with mana. So keep that in mind. Did I ever encode that Black Lotus recipe? I did. So we do just have Black Lotuses. What's the actual cost for these guys? So you get 4 Black Lotuses for 2 mana diamonds, 2 mana pearls, 2 mana steel. I think a Black Lotus itself gives you 8,000 mana. So mana steel, no mana cost because you have the seed now. Mana diamonds, that's 20,000 to get the 2 mana diamonds. And the 2 mana pearls, 32,000. So it's an exact even. You can make the Blacker Lotus, but then this requires you to get crystal ingots, which are 250k, and the Blacker Lotus only gives you 100,000. So unless I need the Blacker Lotus for something directly. Sorry, hold on. Small tangent. No, it has no further recipes. Useless. Alright. Anyways, I don't even know why that's a recipe set then, because that costs more mana than the output gives you. So funny. Okay. Anyways, mana diamonds, that's fine. We can make those by hand. We have enough mana to do a few of those too. Flux crystals, we already have that. I think we don't have flux seeds yet then. That was blocked, but we can just order those as needed. So, infused frost lava crystals are a smithing recipe. So we can actually just upload that straight to our core. So the mechanical empower knows infused frost crystals. So yeah. Oh, we're missing cyanite ingots. What do we need this for? I would assume something about the normal frost crystal. I thought it was 2 stacks of platinum. That makes sense. So it's a stack of platinum and a stack of cyanite. Oh, I guess the water essence 256, so I should have noticed from that. Okay, so we'll need cyanite from extreme reactor. God. Unless you could just find these from Armor Plus, which you might be able to. Actually, I would bet that you definitely can. And then you need the osmium crystals. So we need a chemical crystallizer, a chemical washer, and a chemical dissolution chamber. Let's see if we have everything for all these guys. Find obsidian ingots. That'll be our tier 4 one. That's gonna need an osmium compressor, which we don't have yet. Actually, we do, right? No, I just felt like we should have. For okay, let's get another advanced osmium compressor, and I think this will be our 8th. 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So this will be our 8th off of that side. This is using 1, so we're using 9 total once we get this machine online. Osmium compressor. We'll actually not do that. We'll set them a block apart. Put them like this. We'll just chain in the same power system. Get some coax cable. Set it to axial mode. Hold control so it doesn't try to finish on a block. Finish it there. Set them here. Um, why did I delete this one? This is interesting. Anyways, suppose I can just push this guy down like this. I have to like this. There we go. Top center. That's good. Force a joint so it pulls a little more static, and I break. Oh, okay. I can break the little extra pipe off separately. That's fine. Uh, yeah, that could have turned out better. I don't really care though. Anyways, cutting knife, osmium compressor. Let us go to installer. Just queue up 4 of each one. Once I finish these overclocked ones, I'm just gonna hold this stack of 4 of each on me for now, just in case I decide to make some more full upgrade. I say just in case. I'm going to make more machines. I'm actually making 4 machines. See, I knew this in my brain, and I don't know. I blame being sick. Surely that is the excuse for my mental tomfoolery. Okay. Put all those. And it goes basic, advanced, uh, elite, ultimate, overclocked. Ta-da! Mitigate. Auto sort on. Clear all the sides. Your specialty goes up in the top. Input output out the bottom. Clear. Okay. So, dissolution chamber. Basic chemical tank. Refined obsidian ingot. Refined obsidian. This was from the osmium compressor. Let me do, so enriched osmium. Alright, just make sure. Upload this pattern to the enrichment chamber. Refined obsidian needs 200 millibuckets of osmium. Okay, and we get 1600 millibuckets of osmium from the enriched osmium. Okay, so that'll turn 8 dust into 8 ingots. Refined obsidian ingot. So we're gonna get these into 8 ingots from 1 enriched osmium. Into the osmium compressor. Nope. Go back. Give this to me. Okay. I forgot. Put it in here. Up. Now it can go in. Really? Like, why? Is it because it's the advanced recipe? Oh no, it's because I didn't take the recipe out. Yeah, that would make sense. Enrich osmium through the top. Okay. That would be why I'd go in the return inventory. It doesn't shift click in properly. Okay, so that should be refined osmium. Basic chemical tanks. Dissolution chamber. Perfect. Instacrafts. Beautiful. Chemical washer. Looks like it just needs the basic fluid tank. Okay. Order him. Perfect. Alright. Chemical crystallizer. Just needs fluorite, which I actually... Okay. I don't have any significant amount. I got some whenever I hand sieved sand, obviously. But apparently the seed's tier 4, so I hadn't made that yet. But that's fine. We got everything for the chemical crystallizer. Alright, perfect. Craft a chemical crystallizer, dissolution chamber, and washer. Well, I guess that makes sense. This is the combo that you need. Make me a fluid cell real fast. I just want a non-partitioned empty fluid cell on our system for any required recipes. So if it needs to like spit something back out on a canceled craft, or so that we can, in the cases of these guys, just take these slurries directly out with full auto extracting capability, that'd be fantastic. Crystallizer, dissolution chamber, washer. Side config. Clear all sides. Input and output. Yep, sounds good. Auto eject on. This guy. Okay, so this guy is going to be our fluids and items. So he's going to take a fluid in and spit out an item. So let's click on he's just input on everything else for fluids and gases and stuff. Okay, cool. That should be fine then. That's funny. None of these have factory variants. Okay, that's fine. Well, I can still make them their 48 upgrades and give them all max speed. Okay, so this guy, he's going to be our dissolution chamber. So he's going to get the sulfur. That's going to be his necessity here then. Okay, so your extra is going to be in the top, and your input and output will be on the bottom. Input and output auto eject on for gases. So anything that it spits out here. And I think gases are managed the same way as. I'm just gonna turn that. I guess pigments can go out the bottom. Infused types also go out the bottom. Okay, cool. Alright, that should be fine. We'll just have to determine the sulfuric acid, instead of being sulfuric acid, will be 50 dust. 50 sulfur dust. It should be fine. Chemical washer. Okay, so this guy's gonna be water and dirty osmium or whatever. Auto eject on. They're all sides. Input and output the bottom. They're all sides. Input in the bottom. Energy's fine. Stay wherever. Okay. Grab this. Speaking of energy, you guys are gonna need power. There we go. And chemical washer. We'll just type in dissolution chamber for this one. I don't think anything shares that name. Chemical crystallizer. There's definitely other types of crystallizers or whatever, so double checking on that. Alright, so osmium crystal. $200 clean osmium slurry into an osmium crystal in the crystallizer. 200 osmium slurry will come with water and dirty osmium slurry in the chemical washer. Dirty osmium slurry will come with an osmium ingot and 50 sulfur dust. And this will be inside of the chemical dissolution chamber, with the sulfur dust being the upside because it's the specialty extra. I do just want to confirm extras are at the top. Okay, so now, in theory, how many do we need per? Let me order 20 osmium crystals. Just know this works first try, right? Okay, what's your hold up here? Oh wait, slurries. Oh, I see. Aha, that's so funny. So I just missed the slurries output on the side, so it doesn't work. It works beautifully. God, alright. You know what's funny? The amount of times I've automated mechanism, machine to machine, instead of automated through AE2 and using just a singular damn fluid cell as a negotiator to like hold the things internally in the system for the transfers. Why must I make my own life so much harder sometimes? And by sometimes I mean like all the time. I swear, bad habit. Oh god, these new ingots. Aren't these actually like kind of late game occultism? Based on it being a tier 5 seed, I suppose it is, huh? Oh, the Nether Mighty Dimension has it. Y level 0 to 50. But you need the third eye status active. Dang it. Well, sounds like we're gonna be forced into some occultism soon. So that's 20 osmium crystals. Let's grab some of the other stuff out here that we have. So like we'll need 20 fluix. Um, 60 infused diamonds. Let's grab our crystalline alloy. I've actually also just realized. Osmium crystal, give me 4 more. Thank you. And I'm gonna want, so 72 infused diamonds and 4 more flux crystal. I remember I was prepping. I prepped enough crystalline alloy for 12 ingots. I'm pretty sure is what I ended up doing, right? Yeah, 12 times 7. So yeah, 84. So we need another 12 infused diamonds. Because I figured that'd be enough to get us through like our initial early stages of setting up some of the auto crafting stuff, and then we could auto craft further, and then just require the resources at that point. Or obviously from the dimensional mineshaft stuff, but it needs one of the master tier guys for it. Dang it. There's no real better recipes here, unfortunately. Pretty much forced into getting the 8 blocks worth and then doing it through the elite crafting table. This is funny that actually I have access right now to making the better seeds, but I don't quite have the combination crafting set up for the other ones. That is pretty funny. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. Well, I was just brought a gift. Some good old Panda Express. Love to see it. Love to see it. I'll love to taste it in a moment. Okay, well, so noted. We can make the things that have the tier 5 seeds, we can actually make their tier 5 seeds very, very soon. Easnium, that might actually be a play then. So what all would this take? 20 enhanced ender ingot blocks. So I could make those manually. What is this? 16 black iron blocks? That's a pretty chunky price, considering. That's quite a bit. Seed itself is nothing special, and then 81 things of easnium, obviously. Thank you, appreciate it. Hmm. And obviously the crystals as well. Well, I guess we're not escaping occultism. I suppose that's what we're gonna have to work on for a little bit before we can continue our forward progression even more so. Dang it. Dang it, why? I hate on occultism, but I'll be so genuine. I've barely even touched the mod. It's the Dictionary of Spirits, right? Yeah. Alright. Cool. Use the Discord. Demon Stream. This is what you get from the good old. I think you just get them from the demon fruit or whatever. And you eat them. Oh, and if you get third eye in some other way that's not from the demon stream herb, it doesn't count. Cool that they let you know that. That they're like, yeah, we have stuff in place to make sure that you have to actually eat the fruit for that effect. You're able to harvest other stone as well as otherworld trees. Okay, you can combine either the seeds or the fruit to make like a more enhanced version. Which then if I use Spirit Fire on the enhanced version, I can get it with no negative effects whatsoever. Okay, Spirit Fire. Oh, okay. So you can directly get like the specialty trees and stuff from this too. And the other stone as well. Yeah, and that's just a Demon Dreams fruit on the ground and you light it on fire. That's sweet. Okay, so Demon Dreams fruit. Got it from a sieve. Can also get it from crop. So what we're gonna do real fast. Seed. I'm like, I know that we have one extra guy up here, so let's do this. Farmland. You can just, oh, you can get a tertium because I already had one. That's fine. This guy should grow up nice and big. And this will give us, what, 6 Demon Dreams fruit at a time? Okay, perfect. Cool. That'll just passive that into our system to make sure that we don't run out of this. Well, if we make a flint and steel, we can also make this guy. Well, I figure this room can be used for some of our miscellaneous things. Little spirit fire can go in the corner over here, I think. Yeah, nice. Cool. Doesn't burn me. If I throw the Demon Dreams Essence in, I get Otherworld Essence. Fantastic. Good to know. Is occultism in this thing? Nope. Not that I can see at least. Cool. Alright, so we needed it was like spirit attuned things, which I think were just this, right? Yep, cool. And then there's something else. Purified ink, which is just black dye. Black dye. Bada bing, bada boom. Why in the world did it default to? Where did I put that? Oh god. Alright, dissolution chamber, cool. I'm like, that's gonna be such a pain because it won't let me search it properly. I think if I make a pattern terminal directly, I can do it again. with searching for the specific ingredient, but I was like, seriously? Black dye. Oh, I have 1100 of it still, actually. Okay, that's a stack of purified ink for the fire-tuned guy, because this guy's going to be needed. Send him in. So we just need what? One elementium and a steel. Are these 1-to-1? No, 2-to-1. Okay, so this will give me 30. Cool. 30 elementium. Alright. Well, I'm happy at how little we've had to do with occultism so far. Something I'm going to have to do. Netherite, pickaxe. Smithing table recipe. Send it to the pattern core. Nether mining portal. Nether bricks. Cool. Now we have our third mining portal, because that said that's where we can find the Easnium, which will be probably our easiest method for that. Okay, we made a fire tune controller as well. What else do we need? We need a little multi-block builder out. I like this guy. I didn't mean to paste that. Or well, click paste or whatever. Fire attuned. So it's 2 of the blue factory block. It just wants the colossals. So we just need an item input, item output, fluid input, fluid output, the controller, energy port input. Okay. So big energy input, big item input. Actually, we probably do want something bigger than the big item input. We'll do the we'll just do the biggest one. Or not quite, but close. Okay, so we have an energy input and item input. Item output. Then we need fluid. Okay. Fluid port. Do a small. Damn. Okay, we'll just go to the normal. Like, I don't really need him much more than that, I don't think. Small. And normal. Normal fluid. So, 1 output. 1 input. That up. 2 of these factory blocks. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 with the controller. Perfect. Cool. Should be all we need. We know that this guy is very small. How many recipes does this guy have? Not many. Oh, it is interesting actually, because it's gonna have recipes that are a mix of items and um, liquids. I can think of how to deal with that already. Let us look at where the blocks on this guy go. I cannot tell the difference. I want to say the item output's on the front, fluid output's on the back, which means fluid input's probably on the top back as well. Or no, are these the same? Is that fluid an item? Okay. Put him kind of just floating up here. Mostly because I want to use this section for some of the other crafting stuff. And this guy's such a small multi, I don't really want him to take up like a ton of space. He doesn't need to, you know? Okay, so we'll do item input there. Fluid input. And then we'll do item output there. We'll do our two normals. Our fluid output there. And our energy input there. Not formed. Swap these two. Not formed. Swap these two. Formed as. Okay, so item import on top, fluid import, fluid output, item output. Okay, neat. Alright, so I'm thinking not 1,000 chests, believe it or not. Not what I was thinking. Alright, pattern provider. We'll do an extended even though it doesn't have any recipes. Alright, pattern provider here. It's directly connected to fluid port, and then I'll have a chest on it as well. And this should catch all of the item outputs. We use some pipes here. We can have the items from the chest go out. We'll set them on a 1 tick. This is the item output. I wanted to get down there without it being too much of a menace. I wish I could like reform it or whatever. We'll finish it in the air here. Down there. Force a joint instead. Aim down here. Force a joint down there. Force a joint here. Okay, cool. Extract 1. This one's an item port output. And then our fluid. Grab another pipe. Extract. We'll set you to a 1 tick as well. Just to try and make sure that this machine isn't too limited by other things. Cool. Alright. I think that should be okay. Knife. Nope. Certus. Nope. I have it on me. Fire attuned. Let us grab a flex point. Where is our energy? There it is. We'll put you right here then. Make sure that you're set on power. So it would be power out. That's good. Okay. That should be the fire attuned guy. All good. Hopefully. Let me. I click on this generator. So tear seal into buckets of this. Fire tuned. Not even gonna encode that one. Literally worthless. I'll encode this one too, and I'll take out the Supreme Machine Frame because it's not taken. Fire tuned. Use lava crystals. Liquid Dragon's Breath. Take out the Ultimate Machine Frame. And the idea is that since those are parts of multi-item recipes, but I don't think it needs exclusively the items for the recipe to like find one, I can just leave an Ultimate Machine Frame, a Dragon Star, and a Supreme Machine Frame inside of the item input, and it'll be fine. Since they're never consumed. That's at least the idea here. Skulk Matter, take out the Dragon Star. Fire tuned. Okay, and these guys. Fire tuned. Okay, cool. Now, unfortunately, that also requires base guys. Actually, we might be able to order some of the lava crystal. Flux infused gem. Okay. Send that up. 64 infused. Let's see. That's an alloy ingots. How am I making these? Alloy smelter. Yeah, okay. Let's, I appreciate your dedication to the job, alloy smelter. No longer necessary. So, for that guy, we're gonna just do, that's an alloy essence. We're just gonna craft. Crafting the available guys. So, what is the problem here? I'm wondering. Because it shouldn't have an issue. Is it saying lava? Lava crystals. Why does it say available 11 silicon? You don't, yeah, okay. The silicon is an interesting one there. Because it took a recipe out. Hmm. You can tell I'm a little rusty on my AE2 skills here. Because I'm not immediately determining the problem. Because normally, this guy would just push in. Oh wait, these are sided now, aren't they actually? They might be. Hmm. Um. Pattern providers. Where's my arrow on this pattern provider? I think maybe it shows where I'm going to place it, right? No, I cannot tell. Okay, so what if I give it a combined inventory like an interface? This pipe's too big. My issue. That's not quite what I need. I don't want to connect to the system because anything that goes in there that's not encoded directly is going to get taken out. I need it to push items and fluids into one container. I have potentially formed an idea. Oh no, go back. Okay, so, alright. Sophisticated storage has fluid upgrades, right? Here it is. Okay, so let's get a chest. Suppose we'll grab an iron one since it's sophisticated already. Um, pump upgrade. Cool. Now if I do a pump upgrade here instead, give it to him. Damn it. Alright. Not a pump upgrade. Tank upgrade. Less confusing. Because we got the upgrade for the backpack, but there's not one for the storage? Storage, get the backpack upgrades out of here. Alright. So, disregard this then. Do I have a backpack? I do. Got anything going on in the backpack? Nope. Well, tank upgrade. So maybe. Oh, come back. Uh, tank upgrade in the backpack. Cool. Now he holds up to 20 buckets. Is that enough? I don't think any of our inputs are higher than 20 buckets, right? Trying to remember. Let's check. No. 1,000. 2,000. Yeah, so 1 or 2 buckets as the input is the most that we need to actually like manage here. Which is fine. Okay. Break our item pipes real fast as well. We're gonna have to redo all of that. Man, the miner's fervor is kind of a pain sometimes. Anyways, So fire attuned. You, my friend, are gonna send into this backpack. That's your new goal in life. The backpack is gonna have pipe directly in here. For the item port input at a 1 tick interval. It's also gonna have pipe right here, fittingly off of the tank side, to the fluid port input at a 1 tick interval. Our fluid output, 1 tick interval back into that. Item output, one tick interval back into that. Okay, okay, so now, in theory, fills the backpack, unfills the backpack. So, 64 infused lava crystals. It did it. It cycled it through the backpack perfectly. Why can I not store this slurry, zero point 0.2 buckets of slurry from somewhere? Do you not literally have a fluid drive in here? Do fluid drives need to be partitioned? Do they not have open stuff for recipes? Wait, that's so funny. Really? Okay, well, we'll say clean osmium slurry. Huh, look in there. Okay. Hmm. It's very interesting. I'm actually also confused on how we possibly ended up with additional slurry. Because we got an additional, what, 200 millibuckets of it, it said? So what do you need? Just order, can I just order one osmium crystal and fix it? I can. Okay, cool. We'll deal with why that doesn't go into the fluid drives as opposed to some other point. No clue. Not sure. Okay, anyways. Ta-da! Infused lava crystals! That's pretty cool. Infuse a lava crystal by throwing it in lava. That makes sense, actually. I didn't read the tooltip for that, obviously. We also finished multiple quests for this kind of thing. Yeah, it's just, oh, that's where the osmium compressor one was. Yeah, I forgot. We have crafting recipes we can do for all of those guys. Okay, anyways, God. Crystals, crystal ingots. We did need infused lava crystals. We also need infused frost lava crystals. We need like a mix. I wanted to make 12 of these guys, so we need 24 of these in here. We'll leave the rest out. So frost crystals. Mechanically empower them. They do have an ore. Problem is that they require cyanite in moderate quantities. Cyanite's a tier 5 seed, so it's one of those ones that we'll be able to make pretty immediately too. For now, we need the actual reactor in the first place. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. We're doing something at least. Let me get into some of this Panda Express real quick. Got some good old orange chicken white rice. My go-to water. Yeah, this is pretty good. I hadn't eaten yet today. So yeah, this is what I remembered. Was that? Oh, wait, do I not actually need these? Okay. Well, normally you have to make the NA9 ingots and stuff and ludicrite and all that for other actual things. But it looks like it's just, for better turbines. I do not care about the turbine, to be honest. In the slightest. So we could probably ignore that for a good portion of the time. Which is, good to know, good to know. 62,000 uranium. So we have plenty to get through. Some stuff for cyanide. Let's set up some reactor casing. Reactor casing reinforced. Reactor casing basic. Does it also want us to do glass? Yeah, glass is basic as well. Okay. Nothing too significant there. If we want it to finish the quest, unfortunately, we will have to have it with all of its like basic glass and whatever. Create some on the core, glass, control rod, control rod, solid access port. I'm actually not sure what the passive versus active means. Well, I'll make the active one, I suppose. That's the turbine stuff. So, reactor. I don't know. We'll do like 2 stacks of the initial reactor casing. Let us remove graphite bars as a recipe. Graphite essence instead. That's why the furnace turned on whenever I was making stuff. Reactor basic. Okay, so I figured we'd use this guy for stuff like that, for like the extreme reactors and things. I actually thought I was going to need to go through the reprocessing factors of these, but it doesn't look like I'll be forced into it. If I'm not forced into it, I probably won't, but we'll do a decent sized guy in here anyways. Just a chonky one. Maybe this is too chonky. This is probably unnecessary. Well, how much cyanide do I need? I guess I really only need enough for a seed, right? Oh, and it has EMC in. Plutonium does that, I was curious. Probably gonna need plutonium for stuff, right? I can fuel reproc it with a nuclear craft. See if I do need it for something else later. I can still do it that way. Although it doesn't look like I do. Let's see the block. Nope. Okay. Well, in hindsight, actually, I'm pretty sure basic reactors have a max size. I think these ones are a max of like a 5x5. So I've probably substantially overkilled this. We'll do, I think it's like 15 that I can fit internally then, and then it would be 9 control rods, 2 access ports, and the power tap. um, reactor, wrench. Extreme wrench. Okay. Because yeah, I don't think it can actually be bigger than a 5x5. I thought about it after I made all of them, unfortunately. Okay, so power tap, you can go there, I suppose. Input, output, wrench 1, controller, 1 piece of glass to observe for fun. Okay. I didn't do good math on that. I actually did terrible math on that. That's so funny. Fill this guy up with these. Because there's no reason for fuel moderators in this. I need the cyanite from it directly, and the best way to get that is to have its power get used as fast as possible. Okie dokie. So, uranium ingot. Drop a stack in. Turn them on. It's gonna heat it up. The buffer can stay full and it doesn't care. It's great. These guys are 0% inserted. Perfect. Only 50 millibuckets of waste. The issue is you need 1,000 millibuckets to make up 1 ingot worth of cyanide. Okay, that's a question. Nope. Worth the test. Sometimes multi-blocks are based mostly on the actual core of the multi-block, and that kind of thing works. In this case, it doesn't. Pretty sure it didn't previously either, but I don't know, who knows, maybe 1.20 added something. Generally, no power. Hmm. Okay, so proof of concept is not burn the stuff quick enough. Pretty sure that's the max size I can make out of this guy, though. Let me grab their book real fast. Basic does have a maximum size of 5 by 5 by 5. Okay, cool. So, now, cruise on back over here. Reactor basic. And we're going to get rid of all of these. Because we got our basic reactor going, he's going to make some cyanide. But we're not going to need anything more from him that way. And he's barely to half an ingot. We need what? 81 ingots, I'm pretty sure, right? For the seed. And we don't need them at all anymore. Yeah. 8 blocks. Actually, it's at 72 ingots. Now I need to do math because now I need to make sure that I'm not just sounding terribly stupid. 72 ingots, cool. Okay, so we need 72 ingots worth of cyanide. That guy's slow. So instead, we can make reactor reinforced. Controller. Fuel rod. Control rod. Solid access port. Active energy tap. And I guess that's it, right? Yeah, I'm not really gonna use them for anything else special. So, yeah, if we go to this guy. So, let's get like one controller. I almost ordered a shit ton of controllers. That'd been kind of funny, but also not really. Maybe like 800 casing. Let's see it. Oh god, is this really the way we're still making steel? It's funny we were doing it through steel blend, but alright. Cancel. Do I need steel blend for anything directly? I do. So I can leave that recipe in. So steel ingot needs to be grabbed. It's going to be in here, isn't it? Yep. Okay. Steel ingot. Like you. You're going to do this. You already know how to make stone hammers. Cool. Alright. Reinforced reactor parts. Give me like 300 more of these. That. There we go. That's better. That's still with it being slowed because it has to do recipes for the durability here. But quicker than it was. Cool. Reactor casings. We're gonna need. We have like, I don't know. We'll do 10 by 10 outside, which will leave it as an 8 by 8 internal. So 64 per layer. We can make it 5 layers tall. Maybe on the inside. So 320 fuel rods. We'll do 64 of the control rod. 1 of the taps. 2 of the access ports. Alright, back into this guy. So I'm thinking 10 by 10. Controller, access ports, power. Cool. What did I say for the internal? 5 layers of fuel rods. That's 5 layers of fuel rods, so 1 more layer on this. Cool. Wait, is this not an 8 by 8? Nope, it's not. Because I obviously miscounted somehow. Like, 4, 8, 9. How? How in the world did I do this? One more block out. One more stack out. That's all of those now. Okay, cool. 2 access ports. These guys offhand. These guys are all fuel rodded. 320 fuel rods. It all is tracked properly. One of these guys get turned by the wrench to an output. Okay, so now if I grab some uranium, grab a good bit, start just dumping this all in. Is that exactly as much as we could fill? That's funny. I guess so. Turn them on. Cool. Now he's maximum heat. So he generates now about 2 millibuckets, just under, per tick of waste. So he's already up to 600 here. So this guy's 1 cyanide ingot and 400 waste. So it's at 1400 total. This guy's at his first ingot right now. Perfect. And I gave him 1200 ingots worth of fuel. Thankfully, every ingot of fuel directly correlates to 1 ingot of waste. So This guy's just going to start stacking up our cyanite. So we just need to get to 72. That'll manage all of our frost crystals we need. Wasn't sure if it auto output or not. Cool. Alright, so premium farmland. Make like 5 of this for now. Because that's going to be our cyanite, which we're definitely going to want. So, cyanite seed. Then we're going to have an easnium seed. Both these guys are going to take 16 black iron blocks each. That's going to be 32 right there. And a bunch of the enhanced ender ingot blocks, 20 each as well. So let's get some of that together. Ender ingot blocks, ender star blocks. Ender star block, ender eye block. Is this the right ender eye block? Okay, it does. Ender eye blocks, nether star blocks. Give me a stack of ender star blocks. Give me 4 stacks of ender eye blocks. 2, 6. These guys can all just be converted into the enhanced ender ingot blocks for now. We'll just need a bunch of ender ingot blocks. Well, actually, we'll just do 1 full set for now of 256. That'll be enough for like, what, 10 seeds? Actually, we'll do 1 more set then. Thinking about it. That's just not that many. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. 8 stacks of enhanced ender ingot blocks. And then the black iron blocks. We have 221 left, so we're doing fine on that still. Okay. So now we need to get the Easnium. Purified Demon's Essence. So let us look at this guy. So our Demon Stream Fruit collected a couple thousand while we were messing with all that stuff. Go over here. Drop them on in. That gives us 65 worth. If we look at Easnium ore, Nether Mining Dimension, Y level 0 to 50. So, Nether Mining Portal. Finally bop this guy. It said 0 to 50. Okay, fair enough. Turn off the jetpack. Small tunnel. We don't take fall damage anymore, I'm pretty sure. Yep. We have our boots on. Okay, it goes all the way to negative 62. Cool. Figure we'll just make a hole straight down here, so if we ever need to do any other further mining and stuff in here, this is our initial access down. 0 to 50. Let us take one of these overworld essence. How long does this last for? About a minute. Also, this is probably the worst effect on my screen that you could ever do in any video game, objectively. This is literally atrocious. I cannot even remotely see. Wow, this really hurts my eyes. Okay. Throwing stuff away and seeing if I got anything even slightly relevant. I did not. Let's look back at our dictionary book real fast. Put all that away. Okay. Third eye. Divination rod. Okay, so actually using this divination rod, shift right click a thing of netherrack. It'll show me easy more. Okay, well, I think I'm reading the book. The divination rod. These guys, we'd already done the whole stack or whatever ahead of time. Shift right click. Use more. Hold right click down. Do like an effect. I literally have no idea. Uh, what did it say was supposed to happen? Okay. So it says a fully purple. So the crystal on the wand is going to fully purple. So it means that it's found and nearby, I'm pretty sure is what that said. A white crystal indicates no target block is found. A fully purple block means the found block is nearby. Instead, it shows you through them through the wall. Like highlights it? Oh, some Magnesium. Okay. Yeah, so it's just straight up not highlighting it. It's just purely based on the guess there, I suppose. I have 4 raw Magnesium. I can crush or spirit it, and that's it. Okay, well, that sucks. What's my coins looking like? We have a bunch of them now. I guess just we've continued doing quests. Go in the shop. Saturation. 64 infused coins. We're doing it. Saturation. Take it. Oh, only 19 levels too? Look at it. It just instantaneously filled up my whole bar of food all the way up to peak saturation as well. Like, is that not just the most goated thing? Oh, there's a bunch of draconium. Yeah, my saturation literally doesn't budge while just spam vein mining now. This is fantastic. I think that was more Easneam right that I just grabbed. I can't tell though. Hard to notice. This is very nausea-inducing. And hurts my eyes. And is giving me a headache. Oh, Easneam ore again. Okay, that's my question. Do I need it on to access Easneam ore? If I don't need the effect on to see it, then... Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Okay, well, I suppose we continue our hunt for Easneum without the dream stuff enabled. Oh, we're going a little low. Bunch of draconium again. That's nice. Just bolstering our supplies since we haven't really set up any way to passively acquire. Yeah, no, you're just gonna. Yeah, you just run into the Easneum naturally. This guy's stupid expensive, right? You know, bar the infinities, everything else about this is actually not that bad. It's just like intimidating looking. Although you do need the ultimate crafting table too. Interesting. Well, man, that saturation's so nice actually. I remember one day I was like really focused on trying to see if we get enough coins for it, and then just didn't have anything that was like realistically close enough for the coins to get it done. I was sad. because I figured it'd be absolutely fantastic, and oh my god, it is. It's so great. And then also, very heavily assisted by the fact that we have an unbreaking tool, so you can just kind of spam this. Or Isnium. Kind of just keep like sink it down. Like mine back upwards a little bit. Throw everything back in our system. So what is this? 24 Isnium. We'll set up a little 3-stack in our inventory here. Put all that away. Cool. Now we don't really have to stop to pick anything up for a while. I was originally doing it just to make sure my magnet wouldn't lose any of the Isnium ore or whatever, but as long as we always just keep the Isnium in our hotbar there, we won't accidentally throw it away. Or we'll throw it in the system. It'll all just auto stack. There's some more. Up to 35. About halfway. I should do all of the enchanting stuff at 1.2 so I can get higher levels of fortune. Actually, I could probably just get fortune 3 books, I bet. It's funny. I could just make some fortune 3. Actually, home. I'm surprised that I didn't set the book and quill to a recipe. I thought I did. So then fortune 3. 3 emeralds, 9 lapis. Throw fortune 3 onto that guy. Okay. I know I could go higher than that. I could like make a bunch of the fortune 3s, combine them together, all the way up to a super high level of fortune outright, but I don't really need all that right now. I just want a fortune 3. Trying to make sure I'm not missing any. It is a very apparently different block, at least. I think it's unlikely. I'll actually just like miss a bunch, but I will say the no lava and stuff, having to deal with it for the vein mining is so great about the nether mining dimension here. Because I could have found this in the nether as well, but I figured the mining dimension would be as they normally are and not have lava generation in it, which is just so much nicer to work with. No lava, no mobs. Well, I guess since I upgraded to Fortune 3, that was probably just a copious amount of draconium. Yep. I wonder how much we'll be at by the time we're done with this. Not too far out now. If we made a Crusher Spirit, we'd already be there, I suppose. It's over halfway by a bit, but I don't really want to right now. I'd rather just fly around for a couple more minutes. Now we're up to, what, 63? Need like one more decent sized patch. Man, the saturation doesn't even budge. 5. I can't believe you can go up to saturation 3. I cannot fathom what you would need that for. Maybe if I take damage and I'm getting the bonus healing from saturation like quickly, maybe that drains it a little bit, but I don't even see that draining it really, to be honest. I was also curious if vibranium ore would spawn in here. I know that it normally only spawns like air exposed in the typical nether. I guess it could potentially spawn, like, follow the same rules in here and just be on that surface level. Actually, stack up that usnium. Put this away. Take this down, move this over. Move this down. Then I can do space. Shift space. Without removing anything I want to keep on me for now. Come on. Actually, I'm doing the math. Do I have enough? Yeah, no, I do. I have, what, 76? I only need 72. Mine, a little bit more for fun. I do like it. This is relaxing. Got a little bit more. Beautiful. Let's go home. Okay. So if we go in here, drop these guys in the furnace. Usnium. 8 blocks worth. So we're gonna need 8 supremium, 2 tier 5 crafting seeds. While that's crafting, cruise on over here. Up to 52 in this guy. He's getting there. That's 53. This guy's up to 4. Yeah, so unfortunately still a little bit off unless we get any more from in here. No. That's not too bad though. We're most of the way there now for these guys. Eat a little bit more of my food. Okay. That guy needs up 10 more ingots. Let's grab the other stuff with the 2 seeds. Yep, those already finished. Figured they would. So I need 40 enhanced ender ingot blocks. Then I need exactly half a stack of black iron. And damn, that's literally it. It's not really that bad. It's funny, the tier 5s right now are less annoying for me to craft than the tier 4s. The combination crafting, I don't want to do this by hand, so I'm going to have to, this has to be upgraded to the package crafter variant. That's interesting. Um, why would I ever use this recipe through like a through a multi-block for it, as opposed to the combination crafter, which is instantaneous one tick? I do not know. I don't know. Fair enough, I suppose. Come on, finish. These two guys will then. I think it's the last that we're missing, right? Towards our crystal team. Because that'll manage the. That'll give us our Isnium. We already have our slime steel, crystalline alloy, flux crystals, osmium crystals are on crafting, infused diamonds on crafting. Mana diamonds we have to make manually, but that's okay. It's only 4 per ingot at least. Then we've got the lava crystals, and the frost crystals will be done, and the lava frost crystals will also be done whenever we finish the frost crystals here with the cyanite seed. So that's gonna finish. That looks like everything for the crystalline ingot, and I think that's our only blocker really to getting everything to the automation stage. Figure when you get from there. And just wait for the last 2 ingots on this guy. Drink up the last of that guy. And pop a bunda freshen. Good old HB zero sugar root beer. Deliciousness. Okay. That's 8 of both ingots, or 8 of both blocks. Take everything out of there. Cyanite seeds, a go. There's 1. And Isdium seeds as well. There's 2. Let's get 20 more ultra pots. 20 more of the oak drawers. Yeah, we'll just get the link. There we go. Then click. Ta-da! With that, let us get ourselves the farmland. Grab our two of our supreme we made. What? Bruh. Are you the same way as the cyanite? No, at least the cyanite seed's not rude and sad. Okay, cyanite seed. Diamond upgrades. Anyways, real quick. We'll get the other ones later. On the bright side, we ended up with exactly one extra block just about of Easnium, so we're good. We can still grow him. Just what are the odds that he grows specifically underneath this, though? That's stupid. Okay, anyways, so these guys, every 8 essence gives 4 seeds. Cool. These guys, every 8 essence only gives 3. Okay, well, they give 6 per growth cycle, and they grow pretty fast. So, I don't think that's too shabby. Not too shabby indeed. Okay. So, throw all of our resulting ingredients back in here for this guy. So we have all of our crystalline, we have our infused diamonds in there. Kind of just waiting on some frost crystal stuff. Because we'll need enough to make the whole stack first. So I'll do Easnium Essence, Assembler, and Cyanite. Also on over to the assembler. Perfect. Okay. Slime steel. We need 4 per, so 48. 48 ingots. Mana diamond. We also need 48 of these, which we coincidentally already have. That's great. We'll have to do Botania automation at some point too. We already know this guy, so we need what, 24 of everything here? But I think our frost crystals will make in a set of 64. Yeah. So we do need the full amount of the 64 there. Let's grab bone meal. Um, and it was what, 8 into 3, right? Yeah, so we need a good amount. The issue is if you keep right clicking and it's like too close on the growth stage. Then it clicks into the container. So I'm like trying to stop whenever it gets to like what looks like full grown. Up to 186. 3 stacks worth should be good. Hopefully. So let's look at frost. So let's get ourselves 24 of the infused. So this should make our normal frost crystals. It should make the lava crystals we need. Made the 24 infused, which means we can take out our 24 frost crystals, which means we can also take out our 24 lava crystals. Yippee. Okay. What am I missing? Okay, Easnium. Oh, infused frost crystals, duh. Yeah, get those normal lava crystals out of there. I need another set of 16 of these guys. That'll get me up to 24, perfect. Throw them in there. And then now, all we're, that's the wrong thing, close out of those seeds. We just need Easnium, we need 48. At 36. I do know I could time in a bottle these two, but I do like using the bone meal instead. I have an issue where I always see it as like a limited resource. And it technically is, and also isn't at the same time, but I also have 40 hours worth of it, so I could definitely use it a little bit more liberally and be fine, but I don't know, man. There we go. This is everything together finally to craft our first 12 crystalline ingots. And then this will be nice for getting us through some of our other stuff. So, 60 recipes, huh? For the elite crafting table. I suppose a lot of these, though, like the seeds and stuff, I really only have to do it one time. I do one set of the seeds and then I'm chilling. Which means they don't, they're not really going to block up a lot of the crafting slots here. And the server crashed. Well, that's not good. Hmm. Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes. Well, if I had to take a guess, we're about to lose our last couple of minutes of farming this stuff, and we're going to have to redo that real quick. I will probably use the time in a bottle then. Let me in. Let me in. It's funny as it is, sometimes that helps, and then yeah, it gets you forward and then into the encrypting. I don't know why. Not really sure what's happening with that. Maybe cached info or something. Well, wherever I was, I'm flying. Hopefully it's after I put the seeds down. Oh god, it's every like 30 minutes. Am I all the way back mining in the nether? Hmm. If that's the case, I'm very sad. Oh, thank god. Oh, it's perfect. We didn't lose anything. It saved itself. Phew. Alright. 12 crystal tin ingots. Beautiful. Fantastic. Whew. Had me worried for a second there. Um. Yep, got these done for their quest. Yeah, like there's not that many. Okay, well, let's see. So yeah, we'll have it craft that. Throw in our crystal ingots. So advanced auto crafting table. Our elite auto crafting table. And then we got 4 left, which is hopefully enough for combination package crafter. Dang it. I need 4 more. I still craft with this by hand, right? Or does it? Oh, well, actually, I guess I can. I have it. I can set it up. Let's go into extended crafting. Actually, it's packaged. There we go. Package recipe encoder. Packaging component. Thank you. Then the package crafter will be the next guy. 1 second. I was brought even more things. Okay. Back to the package crafter. So, packager, packager extension, unpackager, package crafter. And they had like an interesting setup for this, right? This guy. I was like, I remember there was something in here that I was like, well, this is just better. This one. So we went with the IMI packaging provider. Yeah, this is our boy right here. Make two. Okay. Let us see how sweet this little guy's gonna be. So, probably don't want it directly connected to other things. Probably do want it on a cable separation. You can remove this now. Let's grab some more of our flux cable here. Actually, we'll bring all the way down and around. I could use a curvy pipe or something for this, but so let us say I'll separate them by one block each just because I want to. This guy will be our elite. This guy will be that guy will be our advanced. That one will be our elite. Let us grab our coder. Package recipe holder. Gotta encode those two real fast. Make like 100. Cool. Okay. So, got one of these guys in here. We're gonna set you to advanced. Actually, we're gonna do the elite first because we have stuff in the elite that we want. Elite crafting table. Click this. Click off of this. Set that guy. Okay. All right. Flex infused gem seeds. Sure. Click the next one. Actually, you know what's gonna be the easiest way? Press A on these guys. Steel. I'm just gonna tag everything here, and I'll go through and pick what I actually want to keep, because you can only store 20 recipes per like thing for now, and we've only got one guy obviously right now. Like, I don't see any purpose in those wind generators, like the compressed wind generators. They seem kind of useless to me. Okay. So we need to pick 20 of these guys. So for one, we don't need easenium seeds, and we don't need cyanide seeds. We already did those. Crystal tin ingots, obviously we want those guys. Mark him off. Diamond lattice, we want those guys. Click the next one. Vanillion seed, sure. Ultimate crafting table, definitely. Diamond seeds, yep. Sky steel seed, sure. And the thing is, we'll be able to always go back later and do other recipes of this after we finish up all the seeds. Because we'll only need to make each seed one time. Emerald seed. Okay, just make sure I didn't overwrite the netherite seed or anything. Biotic. Steel. Iridium. Definitely Terra Steel. Galorium, I suppose. Um, we'll put in more seed recipes for now, and we'll try to get through as many of these as we can at some point. We can just swap them out. Make sure I clicked on a new slot. Save all recipes to holder. Nice. Now, elite crafting table. Now, if I look at crystalline ingots, because I put it all in there, I do have them available to craft. So now, if I want a combination crafter packaged, you're gonna try to get me everything. It needs 4 enhanced ender ingots and 12 mana diamonds. Okay, fair enough. I don't think I taught it. Yeah, I didn't. Teach it to convert those down. Cool. Stack of mana diamonds. Alright. Combination crafter. Man, and it's gonna go through. It's making the grains of physality and stuff that it needs for its crystalline alloy. I will keep in mind that that's going to be a decently large bottleneck for other things. I got like a smoothie from Sonic now too. Not a smoothie. Milkshake. Hmm. Delicious. Hmm. Why is it getting? Why is it getting extra osmium stuff stuck? Make your 3 stupid crystals, bro. How would the? All right, surely I've messed this up. 200 osmium slurry into 1 osmium crystal. Let us observe our recipes real fast. Gotta fix this real quick. Okay, this makes the 1 thing of clean slurry from 1 thing of dirty slurry at the same ratio. Cool. This one produces the 1 bucket of dirty osmium slurry with 1 osmium ingot. I see. I see. So that's why. It's because it's stuck in the return inventory, so it doesn't know it. Okay, hold on. What's up, MV Silver? You can get coins from Mob Farm. I've got most of the infinite cells that are useful now. Oh yeah, like I saw that. I don't have, for one, I don't have any of the mob farm set up that would give me coins. And I haven't updated the last minor version yet because I saw that there was a few things that were broken that I was seeing people talk about in a little bit of later game stuff, so I figured I'd let them iron that out. It looked like the mod pack creator is doing some other changes, so I'll skip this like next upgrade and then I'll just do the one after that. Whenever they hopefully bug fix a decent amount of it. That's kind of the plan. So I think my problem is I need to change this recipe. This guy needs to use 1 bucket and make 5 crystals. Pretty sure that's what needs to happen here. And that means that every 1 ingot worth or whatever will get fully used appropriately. And I don't know how in the world there's even remotely extra acid here. Take this out with the bucket, I wonder. No. Just killed it for power, but too much with 48 Rosarian Solars. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel a particular need to do that, so fair enough. Kudos to kudos to you, but I don't think I need that many. At least not right now. Oh, here. I'm gonna run a question by you. I cannot get a fluid cell to store like my additional slurry, like clean osmium slurry. I cannot partition this in any way whatsoever. And the problem is since I can't put the partition in for the slurries and stuff, it's a menace. Would you have any recommendation for that? I wonder if like a gauge dropper would work, maybe. Maybe. Let's see. Right click, set dirty osmium slurry. The gauge dropper would have worked perfectly, but it just doesn't want to. So my thought is maybe the slurries aren't a fluid, but then what kind of cell would it need? How much is a 1K quantum? Oh yeah, that takes me like nothing. Can I make a 1K quantum storage cell? Okay, and it does handle all of the resource types. Okay, hold on. So 1K quantum cell, quantum storage cell housing. My bad, my bad. I'll teach that real fast too. Okay, 1K cell. Give it to me. Can you? Aha! Okay, it must count as a gas or something. It can be partitioned into the cell workbench with a quantum cell. So I'll just do a 1K, clean, dirty slurry. That should be it, right? Yeah. Alright, come on, we're good. Not a problem. Figured out what I wanted. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I'm pretty sure this guy said that it was like every item type or whatever. And it is, so that's fine. And I shouldn't get the backflow anyways once I have this guy set up. Should only make the 1 bucket at a time or whatever. Okay, alright. Question 2. Why is this guy not working? It's making me sad. So if I try to craft my combination crafter, it should have everything for it. So it wants to make the crystal cleaning ingots, and the ME packaging provider, locking mode disabled. It's underneath my elite auto crafting table. Does it have to be on top, actually? Hold on. This is something I didn't really consider, which would somehow not be in the slightest surprising to me. Cancel this. Try it again. Okay. Now. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding how this guy works. I don't think so. It said that it's supposed to be the all-in-one tool. Okay, insert an encoded package recipe holder. It reads all stored recipes. They're stored directly to the network. Requires an AE2 channel. Depending on its configuration, packager can handle packaging, unpackaging, or both automatically. And yet, it does not output the recipe, which is what this leads to into the like the bench. All right, AME packaging provider. Hmm. All right, checking the Discord. Man, he worked literally just sitting on top. Um, yeah, this would have plenty of channels still, so it's not like a channel problem. These are elite crafting recipes. They show as much in there. Put it back in here. Load the recipes from the holder. Save the recipes to the holder again, maybe. Ah, I cleared the holder. Save the recipes to the holder again. Thankfully, we didn't do that. Sure, packaging and unpackaging recipes from this holder. That's fine. I don't care. Whatever way you need to get it done is all I want you to do. Cancel. Reset this. Try it again. Why don't you work? I don't understand. I'm just stupid. It's just it. It is annoying whenever stuff like that locks you out. It's even more annoying whenever it's just because you're dumb. I'm looking at screenshots and I realized what happened. I made the auto crafting table, but you need another one past that to get the elite packaging table. God damn. This is stupid. This is dumb. I know why it's not working now. On the bright side, I can still handcraft with that guy. Okay. What do I need for the elite pack? Like I don't have an elite package crafter. That's what I'm messing up on. So I need 2 crystalline components. So I need 4 more ingots. Cool. Oh, that's fun. I canceled the recipe. It didn't have anywhere to put them. It's got my recipes in recipe packages here. Let me just pop those packages open. Well, well, well. I think we've gotten our 4 crystal ingots. That was actually really convenient. And completely unintentional. How do I have 2 crystal components in there? When did it make those? Why did I still have those? Oh my god, I did. Okay, so elite package crafter now. All right, now. Oh, and our system just finished making the other crystalline ingots that I told it to cancel earlier, and it finally, I guess it just did them. Oh god. Okay, well, we know where it went wrong. We can improve. Craft me up some more ingots for that. There we go. Advanced package crafter. Okay. That's interesting. It connects to the cable. Okay. So, I don't want that to happen. Not a fan. I just don't like it visually. Uh, okay. So, we'll do it like we were originally going to, which was just with the packaging providers. Elite. Advanced. Nice. And they are getting power through properly. Elite. There we go. Okay. We figured out that. That was just a pure skill issue on my part. Now if I click a combination package crafter, give it to me. All right, we're bottlenecked by the sag mill over here. He's going as fast as he can. There's not much to be done about this guy right now. Capacitor. Yeah, no, that's there are better capacitors, but they're marginal increases for nonsense. But there we go. Combination package crafter. All right. And then I think so. Make a pedestal. All right, we do need the marked pedestals. Okay. Let's just teach it marked pedestals so I don't have to make them all myself. All right, so what is it? 7 by 7, so 49, so 48 pedestals at most for the biggest recipe on the combination crafter. Cool. Will it fit here? 1, 2, 7. Oh man, we're in business. God, isn't that just so nice? I got my ender crafter, I got my pedestal combination crafting, I got my flux alternators all fully charged and powered up. This is great. Okay. This guy. Like I said, I don't like it connecting to those. Actually, maybe we go all the way up. Connect these guys internally. Hmm. I don't know. We'll just do this one now. It's fine, whatever, man. Okay. Um, provider. Bing. Okay. So, um, take all of that off. Okay. I don't really need to mess with anything over there for now. We need some good old combination crafting recipes. Load everything from the holder to clear this out. Combination craft. Not the right pedestal. Crafting. There we go. Combination crafting. There's obviously all the seeds, chaotic cores, bunch more seeds, bunch more seeds. Okay, shit ton of seeds. Alright, well that might just be easier for the most part then to deal with it from the seed menu. Everlasting Guilty Fool. Happy to see we'll eventually be able to make that. You know, just some Infinity ingots and Infinity 12 and just minor things, honestly. Ironically, I think the Draconic Core, Chaotic Core are the only things outside of seeds that we're realistically gonna need to like put on this as a recipe, which I find amusement from. But let's go mystical agriculture here. Wow, that's way more convenient. We know that all of the tier 4 seeds are going here. Then that's that's way easier. All right, invar seeds. Ding. Gold. And seeds. We'll have to teach it end to glom ratio. Lapis seeds. Oh yeah, we're gonna need the star metal dust too, or whatever. I totally forgot about that as well. About XP. Um, we'll ignore the blaze, gas, enderman seeds for now. We'll get to the mob seeds all at some other point. Cool. Fluorite, osmium, refined glowstone, refined obsidian, night metal that requires some more twilight forest, fiery also requires more twilight forest. Actually, a decent amount more for that one. Pressed iron, fluix, energized steel, blazing crystal that takes some power, some electrum, and tungsten. Just 1 second, guys, no problem. Okay, sorry about that. We're good, we're good. Okay. That save all recipes to holder. Bunch of our seed recipes here. Combination crafting. Throw them in this guy. And all of these guys are going to want this star metal dust. So we need to deal with that real fast. Alright, so star metal dust. Go to the base recipe first. Azure silver ingots. Azure silver ore. The ore is just from sieving, crushed, and stone. Okay. 15% chance though, so we could kind of like brute force that a little bit maybe on our own. Send this guy to the crusher. Okay. Now there's our shards. Those are got to be cool. Is there electrum? Is there silver, gold, ender pearls? And the dust will be in the crusher. And then blaze gold dust. Blaze gold in the crusher, so blaze gold. And blaze gold dust. And by chance, we already have a bunch of Azure silver ore chunks. So we can upload those to the put that to there, and then this guy can go into the ultimate smelting factory for the ingot. Okay. All right. So now, I suppose we can actually just use this as our tracking. So invar gold end. I'm gonna do end seed, and I don't have agglomeratio learned. You have all the stuff in this for the like 8 agglomeratio or whatever, or 4 herber blocks. Do I have course root in a decent amount at least? Oh yeah, I do. Okay. So, invar. Nickel and dang it. Why does it need 8 blocks? Oh, it's gonna make a nickel seed first. Oh. You know, I didn't really consider the fact that there was probably going to be alloys in the tier 4 that required other tier 4 seeds. Alright, so for one, invar, you can make invar blocks. For two, I suppose give me a nickel seed first. Craft up the essence. Hmm, he's working. Um, I have a suspicion. The combination crafter doesn't get power from the system. Which is fine. That's fixed. Just put a flex plug underneath it. Okay. Nickel seed. Um, we have 4 left currently. We need, I don't know, if we just wanted to fill out the rest of this row, we need 18, so 14 more. How much does it take? So, we have 40 hours and 55 minutes. Let me put this guy to 64x real quick. It's only like 14 or 15 minutes of time. And there we go. We got the nickel seeds that we wanted to. So now if we look at an invar seed, perfect. It'll just use these guys outright instead of trying to make other additional ones. Perfect. Gold seed. No weird subseeds or anything. Cool. Okay. And seed. Lapis seed. Experience seed. farmland. Get the additional 13. Had to make sure that I fill all these guys back up with their diamond drawer upgrades as well. Experience seeds. Okay, so we've done Invar Gold and Lapis experience. We already did the nickel that was there as well. So steel, constant fluorite. 8 blocks of steel. That's so funny, I'm out of prosperity shards. Well, um, got diamond hammers real fast. Put away the linking tool, put away the dictionary. Take this back. Okay. And I don't know how many prosperity shards I actually need per like guy. Just gonna break a few hammers on some endstone here though. Get a ton of crushed endstone. I'll also mine whatever prosperity I see directly. Fortune 3 on the pickaxe too, so it's not like we'll get 0 on the prosperity here. Yeah, back up to 90 prosperity there. Then we should have thousands of crushed endstone in here. Yeah, 9,000, so we can sieve it. We'll probably just end up sieving it manually whenever we inevitably run out very soon again. I think part of what's happening is it's because it's our we are doing the more expensive seeds now, so the lower tier, like we're going through a bunch of the inferium crafting crystals, and we can't make the master infusion stone until we get infinity, right? Yeah, not only infinity, infinity 4. Still a little bit out from. Okay. Um. Like this, block of steel. There we go. I'm pretty sure it was steel seed, right? Yeah, steel seed. Now should be able to craft that guy. Yep. Perfect. Okay, that steel seed's done, and then it was Constantine. Gonna have a craft 72 and craft it myself. Yeah, That's our constancy. Perfect. Okay. So, Invar Gold and Lapis, Experienced Steel, Nickel, Constantin done. Fluorite, Osmium, Refined Glowstone, Obsidian, Night Metal, Fiery, Fluix, some of the stuff from Power, Electrum, and Tungsten Seeds. Ooh, yeah, it takes a good amount of prosperity shards for each guy. Grab our sieves. This is kind of the room of our minor projects right now. Anything that is not going into a forever home is being put in this room. Our old power room. Okay, perfect. Okay, guys, actually, we are going to end the stream there. Some family stuff has come up. No big deal. Nothing crazy, nothing like that. But that is, that's not bad. We made it through a decent amount today. Good stream length too, about 4 hours, so we're fine. We got to our auto crafting finally. We'll use this, scale this forward to finish up getting all of these other guys linked into the ME system as well. Get the rest of the mystical agriculture seeds next time, which we've got quite a bit to go, but we'll finish up all the tier 4s and the tier 5s, and not the tier 6s. Tier 6s are going to wait a while. But we'll finish up all the mystical agriculture seeds, and yeah, this should be not too bad. We'll be able to move forward from this. Looking forward to watching the full vid on YouTube. Don't worry, I'll upload it before I head out here. I'll set that up for you. Yeah, thank you guys for dropping by the stream. I do appreciate it, and thank you people like you, Silver, for watching all the VODs and stuff too. It's always very cool. The reason I'm doing this is because of all the support on it and things. And yeah, I'll catch you all next time. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. I should hopefully be back streaming again tomorrow. Peace.